Hello friends, Running Kimono here. So I have been asking both on Instagram and here on YouTube, like, do you guys want a video on how I'm finding all of these pennies? Because I think on the weekend I found about 35, and anytime I'm in a Dollar General using these simple little tips and tricks, I'm finding pennies, and a lot of you said yes. What penny shopping is, Dollar General, there's certain items that the employees need to remove from the shelf, and if you can find them before the employee, they'll have to sell it to you for a penny. And with that being said, it's like the first rule of Fight Club, there is no Fight Club. The first rule of penny shopping, there is no penny shopping. Go in silence, use the Dollar General app to scan. If it rings up for 0.00, chances are it should ring up for a penny for you. Now, every week there's usually a new penny list. These are 3 influencers who I follow: Christie's Connections, Bargain Buster, and the Freebie Guy. All 3 of these influencers are on Instagram, but Christie has like a lot of visuals here on YouTube. Follow all 3. And remember, do not ask the employees about the penny items. You do not want them following you around the store. Just go in silence, scan your stuff. You have the list, make it happen. The first tip that I have for you is to really go with the flow. Have a positive attitude when you're out there. Sometimes you'll go to a store and find absolutely nothing, and other times you'll hit the big payday. You'll find hundreds of penny items. You'll have your prices right moment, whatever analogy you want to use. But if you go in there and just expect to find it, or for the employee to just hand it to you, that's not how this goes. And if you just want to be super negative and be like, this is garbage, it doesn't work, the employees pull out the stuff, you're not really putting in the work. And the more work that you put into it, the bigger bounty you're going to find. And this is so true. And I always had a super negative attitude towards penny shopping for years. And then in the last 6 months, it finally came to me, like the ending of a Hallmark movie. So positive attitude really goes a long way with this. You're not always going to score, but when you score, it can be really sweet. Definitely look all over the store. Look high, look low, look in sections that you wouldn't even think to look. If you have a couple of minutes, if you're really pressed for time and you're just going to run to the clearance section, you might not find it. But if you know where to find pennies, you'd be shocked that you might come with a basket full of cosmetics at a store in a clearance section or in the regular makeup section. It can be very, surprising. Here's an example. A couple weekends ago, I was doing 5 off 25s. I saw a couple containers and I went through them, and boom. I think this is like 12 or 13 penny items, quite a few. So even though the section looked pretty pick clean, which it was, I was still able to find a bounty because I looked in the most unobvious spots, the children's books. That's where I found the majority of them. Also, these little boxes, if you could scurry through them, open up that Dollar General app and scan. Sometimes you can find the bounty in these containers, either the boxes or the containers that they use to organize the clearance section. Just look all over the place, guys, and always keep everything neat and tidy as well. Sometimes these freestanding baskets do get overlooked, and sometimes you can find the odd penny or two in there. And I found a couple last week. The next piece of advice is, if you have a very good memory, this is where this whole penny thing will just become very easy for you. A store that, after a clearance event, look, these are pennies, and they're just like on a rack in the clearance section. I was like, what? So just to show you guys what I found, these two, they pennied out about a month ago, and until that list gets reset by Dollar General, where it goes back to full price, they're ringing up for a penny. And this has been going on for a month for this specific product. And there's also a Tresemme one too, just to spray away the gray. So let's just have a quick little pop quiz, a very obvious section to look for in the clearance section. Where's the penny? Where's the penny? There's the penny. So some of these Kiss and Broadway fake lashes, you guessed it, 1 cent, and it doesn't get any better than that. And here's one that I found last weekend, this little pair of Broadway lashes in Dreamy and 1 penny. I mean, this would make a really nice Christmas gift if you threw in a bunch of makeup, nice bag, put this in, very nice gift. And then even something that looks really old in a clearance section, scan it. These crossword books, I saw them. They looked older than the store. Guess what? 1 cent. look also in the regular aisles. I can't stress that enough. Papermate has a couple of different pens right now that I have pennied out. And if you look beyond the row, so pull out 5 and then just keep combing, are the penny ones there. You might be surprised. I think I found about 60 at a bunch of different stores in the last month. This is the one that has pennied out, this 3 count, with these different colors of pink, lime green, and purple. I do like these pens too. They are Inkjoy. And then always put all the pens back on the rack. Keep everything neat and tidy, if not nicer when you leave. It really means a lot to the employees. And then just to show you, these are the two. We have the Inkjoy and the Flair in the traditional colors. One's a 3 count and one is a 4 count. And here are the 2 different UPCs, and definitely pulling things off of that little, to see what's behind. That's how I've been finding a bunch just in the regular aisle with the stationery. The final tip that I have for you is if you have a smartphone, just go into your maps and type in Dollar General nearby. Sometimes, especially if you live in a rural area or if you're in a town where you don't know really where you are, you can type in Dollar General nearby and it'll give you the list of all the stores. So if there's some store like in the deep country that nobody goes to, that might be the place where you find a ton of pennies. And definitely worth the drive, always a gamble, but worth it. So again, as I was saying, I visited like 5 stores, ones that I don't really go to, and I found a ton of stuff. So I just thought I would just go through what I found. This is a larger play pack, Disney princesses. You guessed it, 1 cent. I wish I could have found a third one, but I shouldn't be so greedy. These kids coloring books that we have been hauling for a month. I'll show you a couple of the UPCs in a sec. If it says clearance, there's like a sticker on it. That's a scan it. I mean, that's a very good sign that it might be a penny. Here are a couple of the UPCs for the different books. I'm so delighted to have a bunch of these for Easter, for gifts, and then, just to have these on hand. And this tape, it's a washi tape. I think this is an older penny, and I found one of them. And it was just an item that nobody scanned, and I scanned it, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's a penny. Still finding a lot of makeup, a lot of these older Maybellines with the clearance stickers, all found in the clearance section. Definitely worth a scan. And the Believe Cosmetics, scan all of it. This is a beautiful red lipstick. There it is. Definitely going to make a nice gift in the future. If you're still not sure about penny shopping, I made a very beginner-friendly video a couple weeks back. I will link it at the end. The ABC 1, 2, 3 on penny shopping. That's it for this video, guys. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.